FluteCast on playing in quiet settings. I'm whispering because let's say we have a quiet setting here. We have a meditation setting or a yoga session or zazen or some other place where you need to keep the volume down. How do you do that? We have a couple of suggestions. The first one is, of course, not using mid-range or high flutes. This is a mid, sort of on the upper end of mid flute, and fairly loud. I can play it softly, and it's a good exercise to practice playing softly. Challenging to do. You're using very soft breath, and you're going to experience some different feelings. First of all, you're not using anywhere near as much air. Soft breath, less air, which means you're going to have to get used to releasing the air pressure at the end of a phrase. If you take a nice deep breath like you're used to, and by the time you run out of breath, you're going to start feeling faint. So one of the tricks, and we've seen this before, one of the tricks is to, as the end of your musical phrase, release the rest of the air out of the side of your mouth. I'm playing like this. Just opening my mouth. You can practice this by using your finger to open your lips and just relaxing your lips. Eventually, you'll learn how to exhale out of the side of your mouth. That's one of the things. However, if you're gonna play in a quiet setting, you want a low flute. This is an octave lower. That was an A I was playing before. This is also an A. I'm being quiet because we're in a quiet setting. This is also an A low A, one octave lower, and naturally plays quieter. It's naturally a softer instrument, and it just feels better in a quiet place. Now, what we've got here, I've got a bit of technology going on here. Now I'm going to bring up the backing track again. I've got the earphones in so I can hear the backing track as we recorded. If I play this, let's go to the normal volume. Background is a mellow piano by Peter Dubner. It's on the Jam Track CD. It's called, forgot the name of it. Okay, but it's one of the Peter Dubner jam tracks on Jam Tracks in A minor. And I'm playing at normal volume, so it sounds pretty good. What if I have to lower my breath pressure and lower the volume? What's going to happen? I'm going to get quieter, but also listen to what happens. Doesn't sound right. What's wrong? When I lower my breath pressure, I'm lowering my volume. I'm also lowering the pitch of my instrument. I'm getting flat. I'm getting significantly flat, which is no problem at all, unless you're playing with another pitched instrument. Peter Dubner on the keyboards, right? I've got the backing track running on my laptop right in front of me. And that's not going to work. I can't play that flat against a pitched backing track and have the two be consonant and have people go, oh, that's beautiful. It's going to sound dissonant. And in a quiet setting, meditation setting, probably what you're going to want to go for is consonants. So, I have an application that I recommend, and I've used it for years. Kalani turned me onto it, and it's called The Amazing Slowdowner. And it's basically a music player that allows you to pitch shift your background. So here's the interface. You're looking at the interface here, and I'm playing this track. It's Goodnight Omega, that's the title of the track by Peter Dubner. It allows me to do all kinds of fancy things. Control the volume, start and stop, loop, control the EQ. But the thing I'm looking at is, first of all, the pitch shifting ability and the speed. If I want to slow it down, even if I think this is a fairly slow piece, but I'm going to slow it down. And I just slowed it down by 2 clicks on the speed bar. Notice how it gets slower? However, it stays in pitch. If I'm going to play that quiet, what I'm going to do in practice is I'm going to play my flute, maybe with one hand for a little bit, and I'm going to click it until it sounds like it's in tune. That's the way I do it in quiet gigs. I have this laptop sitting next to me, and I'll play the backing track, and I'll reach over and do exactly this. Here we go. Notice the cents at the bottom is going negative. I'm down at minus 18 cents as I click the pitch slider. There's the cents down there. And I am... Here it is. So there is Goodnight Omega slowed down to 87% and pitch shifted to minus 31 cents. I'm going to let it play a little bit at this setting. If you have a low A minor flute or even a mid A minor flute, give it a try. Play softly. I'll let it play for a minute or two and see if you can play softly and bring your flute in tune with this pitch. Very soft breath pressure. That's it for this month's FluteCast. Thank you for tuning in, and flute on.